Hey guys! In this video we will cover the line art process for your colored pencil tube project. Remember that this is one of two projects that you can choose to do for our color theory unit. First things first, you're going to want to decide whether you are going to work in landscape or portrait. If you decide to do landscape, you should draw 7 squiggly lines across your page, and if you are going to work in portrait, you should draw 5 lines. That will still allow you to fill the page while having thin spots and thick spots for your tubes, which are going to make them look really, really cool and interesting. Once you've drawn all of your lines, you're going to also want to draw a horizontal squiggly line to separate top from bottom across the length of your paper. Our next step is going to be adding these stripes to all of our tubes. The stripes are going to need to be curved in order to make your tubes look three-dimensional, and once we put the color down and do the shading, these are going to look like they're coming up off of the page. Above the curved line, you should do lines that curve towards the top of the paper, and below the curved line you'll do curves that go towards the bottom of the paper, and you'll see me do this consistently as I work on this drawing. You can choose to do as many or as little stripes as you want, however do note that the more that you add, the more visually appealing your final drawing is going to look. Once you have your first tube done, the process repeats. In mine, I did decide to make it so that my lines met at the same point on the vertical lines, so you'll see that every stripe I put down kind of matches as I go along. There may be some variance in that, and it's okay, but I did kind of try to make sure that I was working with that, and if anything ends up looking sort of weird, you can just go back and adjust once you have your curved lines drawn. At this point though, this process repeats for the rest of your tubes, so I'm going to speed the video up so that you can watch the quicker time lapse of this happening. So that's it for our tube drawing. These are pretty similar to Zentangle in that they look fairly complicated, but the process itself is just building up simple shapes. So this really shouldn't take you too long, and then once you have it done, you can choose to either outline it with Sharpie or get started on just the coloring process. That video for coloring will be posted a little bit later in the week, so make sure that you're checking back in on Schoology for when it gets put up.